All right, we're going. So, thanks for joining me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I've heard so much about bug juice and you guys from the market and people around. They're like, you got to talk to these guys. You got to talk to these guys.
Good.
So, I'm excited to get into it. Now, the first thing I have to say, my preventative medicine for bugs has always just been you get bit, and then you just do an X on the bite.
All right.
Is there a better way of going about it than the old X?
Well, absolutely. For years I've always suffered from getting bit. I just have
Sweet blood.
sweet blood. That's what they say. And so, we found so many different ways, and so many different gimmicks, and everybody has kind of a remedy of taking care of bites or not getting bit. And, here in Florida, my wife and I are from Denver. We moved
Right.
about 7 years ago. And here in Florida, the bugs are just different. They don't, I don't think the X thing works, and I
Yeah,
prefer
yeah.
to not get bit at all because, if like a lot of people, they react really differently to it. You have different levels of histamines in your body, and that's what can get really uncomfortable.
Yeah. So, you guys moved to Florida 7 years ago. How does one get into, bug prevention? How did you guys get into this?
Sheerly, honestly, by accident. My wife is an aromatherapist. She's
Okay.
always been into natural healing and tinctures and things.
She's a bit of an
And-
alchemist.
Yes, she really is. And so we came here to kind of relax, and enjoy the beach and fishing. And I would come home just eaten up by the
Yeah.
no-seams of
It's
mosquitoes.
miserable. You can't.
Yeah.
It ruins your time.
It does. It ruins your time. And once you're bitten, people like me, I would just itch and itch and itch, and I would be miserable.
Uh-huh.
So every time I would go fishing, my wife would have little tinctures, and I'd say, "Babe, where's that bug juice stuff?"
Yeah.
And she'd send me out with a new little bottle of stuff, and it just kept getting better and better.
Yep.
And so I remember one night I'd called some buddies. I said, "Hey, let's go fishing at the one of the local causeways." And we got there. Sun was about ready to go down. The fish started biting, and so did the bugs.
Yeah.
And it literally drove most of the guys out of the spillway they were at. And I stayed and I sprayed down with the recent concoction of the bug juice,
Right.
and I stayed all night and caught fish and got home, and I think I had one bite on my fingertip.
No way.
Yeah, and I was so ecstatic. I said, "Babe, you nailed it. You got it." Well, that was right before, the whole COVID shutdown thing
Right.
happened. So we literally spent our whole year out in the mangroves and the swamps and the canals and the ponds in the mornings and in the evenings. And we literally had a box of everything on the shelf, all the natural products available to purchase and all of the other stuff, all of your over-the-counter sprays and
Uh-huh.
aerosols and ointments and all that. And we literally would stand out there and take notes and try everybody's products against ours and make the notes. We just kept adjusting things throughout the year until we figured out the whole science behind these no-see-ums. No-see-ums aren't repelled by scent. They're not like a mosquito.
Okay.
So it takes a little bit more science and research to figure it out.
So the no-see-ums are they unique to Florida?
They're not. Florida has over 70 species of no-see-ums, and other states have no-see-ums. Some states call them sand fleas, biting midges.
Yeah.
Chiggers is in the family
Right.
with a no-see-um.
They're just really small, like you don't see them coming.
Literally, yeah,
Right.
you literally don't see them. You really don't feel them bite until about 4 to 6 hours later when you're probably laying in bed, and then it comes on
Right.
and the scratching begins.
Yeah. So you guys, you were fishermen. You like hanging out outside. You're getting ripped apart by bugs. Your wife has this background of aromatherapy. So you guys are knocking away at a concoction that works, and you finally find it. And you at what point did you guys think, oh, we should make a business of this?
Well, when we realized that we were really onto something, and it wasn't just kind of another bug repellent. We knew
Right.
that the market didn't have room for another bug repellent that kind of worked.
Right.
And nothing works. And what we found is that everything pretty much has like 85 to 90% alcohol and water. Well, we timed it. About 3 minutes, it's already evaporated off your skin.
Okay.
We figured out that no-see-ums don't feed by scent like mosquitoes do, so we created a barrier. When the whole ta-da moment happened, when we were not getting any bites with our bug juice, I told my wife, I said, okay, so we figured out how to stop the mosquitoes and the no-see-ums. I said, it's about this barrier thing. And so I sprayed my hand down, and I told my wife, I said, look, if I can stick my hand in a fire ant mound and I get no bites.
There's no way you did that.
I did it. And so she's like, you're crazy. I said, well, think about it. I said, if I stick my hand in a fire ant mound and I don't get any bites, I said, I'll quit my job. And
Wow.
I'll get a tent and I'll market this. I'll get our branding, we'll label, and I'll start doing farmers markets. And my wife was working full time at the moment. She's like, okay, deal. And so I sprayed my hand and I stuck it in the biggest red ant mound I could find. My hand was completely covered in fire ants. And I got no bites on my hand.
No way.
Until they got past the barrier, and then they lit my arm up.
Right.
And of course, that's how other products came available.
But nothing was on your hand.
Nothing, no bites on my hand. So
And then you quit your job.
and I quit my job.
Wow.
And
I love that.
And we started working on our labels and our ingredients and our branding. And boy, here we are, about 2.5 years later, and about 47 retail locations that carry our products.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
And that's just you and your wife?
Yeah.
And you guys are just boots on the ground, just banging on doors, just getting your bug juice into stores.
Yeah. We do
That's cool.
farmers markets. We do about one large event a month. And we have stores all over Florida, both the East and West Coast. We have Floridas in the Carolinas. We just opened another store up in Iowa. That's,
No way.
They've tested our
Could I
product
do a
on.
little spray?
Absolutely.
Where should I spray?
So on there's a trigger lock. Just move that one side to the other.
Okay, got it open.
And the key is to spray about 3 or 4 good sprays on each area. It'll come. There it comes. And then you just want to gently smooth that out so that you've got a full, nice, even barrier over all your exposed skin.
Yeah.
And then the key is to not rub it in. And again, because no-see-ums aren't affected by scent, if you rub it in, then all that's going to be left is the scent on your skin.
I got you.
That will repel the mosquitoes, which is about one of the only bugs that is repelled by scents. But that's the barrier that you need to stop the no-see-ums, fleas, ticks, chiggers. We have customers in Maine that use it for the biting flies up there, the black fly season. Customers in Alaska for the huge mosquitoes there. And again, it works for just about everything. We've done some good fishing and hunting expos, and a lot of our hunters love it because of that barrier. We have customers that use it on their hunting dogs to keep the ticks out of them.
Wow.
Customers in Colorado that use it on horses to keep the
Really?
horseflies off of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And bugs, it's part of Florida.
Yeah.
It's part of summertime. I remember growing up going to the drive-in movie theater in the summer, and it's like one of my main memories of the drive-in movie theater was the smell of off.
Ugh.
And it's just like it smells like a chemical fire.
Yeah.
This stuff, it's fresh. It smells like it almost smells like essential oils.
Yeah. Yeah, you're exactly right, buddy. It's 8 organic essential oils. And they've all been, my wife being an aromatherapist, not all essential oils are meant to go on your skin. There's therapeutic grade essential oils and there's aroma grade oils. Aroma grade oils can be synthetic in nature. They can be very harsh for your skin. So she has picked the right essential oils that are not only repelling for the bugs, but calm on your skin.
Yeah.
And the right oils, a lot of people say, oh, I smell citronella. That's the first thing most people smell because that's what we call a top note.
Mm-hmm.
You smell that first. And there's things like cedarwood and cinnamon, all kinds of organic oils in there. And it changes on your skin. You know, you won't smell the citronella right off the bat, in the next 5 minutes.
Well, it feels good as the wind's going over it. It feels like a lotion.
Mm-hmm.
Like it does feel good. It's not like harsh and I don't know. Some of the bug sprays can kind of be just like intrusive, but that's really good. So she is the chemist.
Yeah, my wife Jessica is the chemist.
And are you the sales, marketing, growth?
Yeah.
Are you guys in any big box stores like like a Walmart or a Dick's or what's the big outdoors, Bass Pro Shop?
Bass Pro Shops. We're not in any of the big box shops for now.
Yep.
We do have some large grocery stores. We have a large store over on Sanibel Island, which is pretty much the no-see-um capital of Florida.
Right, okay.
Jerry's Foods.
Nice.
They have a large inventory of the bug juice. In Cape Coral, We are at Farmer Joe's, another large grocery store over there.
Do you do a good bit of sales online?
We do. We do a great online business. We ship all over the world, even into Canada now. Every day we're sending out anywhere from 7 to 10 orders.
Yeah, every day?
Every day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Can you guys keep up?
We can. Yeah, we've got a good system down. My wife and I run a pretty tight ship together. We've been together for almost 20 years. We've owned restaurants together and other businesses, so
Wow.
we work well together. We've got our systems down, so we're able to really hammer out.
So you've done a couple things, restaurants. You guys both work, and now you have the bug juice. Do you think you found your passion?
You know, right now I'm thrilled to death with what we're doing because we actually are solving a serious problem here in
Yeah.
Florida. You know, doing these markets and things, we meet hundreds of people every weekend, and a lot of people are just ready to leave Florida, or the common thing we hear is, I just don't go outside anymore. And my response to that is, boy, why come to Florida and not go outside?
Right,
This
right.
is such a beautiful state. And the reason why people say that is because they've tried everything and nothing works, and they're at odds now. They're just like, I'm just going to stay home.
Yeah.
So once they try the bug juice and they realize it actually does work, they come back and they say, you know what, thank you so much. I was able to go to the beach again and
Yeah.
enjoy it, or I was able to play pickleball last night with, people in my community.
The bugs will ruin your beach day. It will ruin your time.
Absolutely.
And to have like a good remedy that isn't terrible for your skin is probably huge for people.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
couldn't imagine moving to Florida and leaving because of the bugs. It would be such a that's terrible.
Yeah, I can't either. And so, it's a feel-good business for us. Through this journey, we've created several different products for people that have been eaten up before discovering the bug juice. We have no see and bite recovery gel and itch sticks and natural face creams. So we're expanding our line. We've got some new products getting ready to come out here for the summer that we're excited about.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
That's something to get excited about. And I think, this is a centralized location for people who have taken that leap. Like, you know what, this is cool, and we figured this out on our own, and we're going to do it on our own, do it on our terms. And it's like, it's really cool to talk to you and everybody else here about that, because I think deep down inside, everybody would love to, be in control of their own destiny, so to speak.
Yeah.
And it's tough, I'm sure, to come up with a name, to come up with a logo, to do all of that stuff. But there's a freedom to that.
You're right. And what we've kind of found is, I've always been in sales, restaurant, retail. And, when the whole COVID thing happened, it changed, I think, it changed the world, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But it changed people in general. And a lot of people didn't go back to work.
Right.
A lot of people still haven't gone back to work, whether it's because they don't need to, want to, or whatever. But it really, I think some good things came out of it. I think some people dug down real deep inside and they said, you know what, I'm going to do something for myself.
Right.
And a lot of people with crafts and plants and home-baked goods, they said, you know what, why not? Life is just too short to not enjoy it. And after that all happened, people couldn't go back to their 9-to-5s. They had to do something else. And so some good came out of something bad.
I think that some good came out of it, and a lot of people, I'm having a lot of these discussions, and a lot of people have that epiphany as well. And I think part of it is like, if your 9-to-5 can be taken away by somebody, then like, why not take the risk?
Yeah.
It's all risk.
Yeah.
So why not take it into your own hands and do it your own way?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's, my wife and I have, 20 years, and who knows what's next for us, but she's always kind of waiting to hear what my latest and greatest idea is going to be.
So you're the idea guy?
Yeah, I've always been an idea guy, and I always tell people, everybody has good ideas.
Right,
the
right,
only
right,
difference
right.
is if you take an action upon a good idea.
1,000,000%.
I worked for Harley Davidson for years. I was a professional scuba instructor, underwater photographer. We had a bounty hunting business in Denver together. Now the bug juice, restaurant, food truck. I'm never afraid to take a leap.
That's cool.
You have a good idea, or you see an issue, and you got to move forward. And I always tell people, what's the worst that could happen? When we picked up and moved to Florida, we sold everything and put the rest in a trailer and headed this way. We'd never
Wow.
been to Florida before.
Wow.
You know,
Never been.
Never been to Florida.
Packed up, came here.
Packed up, came here, and hit the beach, and then said, "Man, we got to get to work."
That's awesome.
And we entered back into the retail and the restaurant industry. And, you know, once you do something for so many years, you start kind of not want to go backwards. And so we, when my wife started doing this, I said, man, if this is something that is 100% what we want it to be and we know it works, and we have a 100% money back guarantee. We post it on everything. We tell all of our customers, if you're unhappy for any reason, please let us know.
Right.
And we'll give you your money back.
How often do people take advantage of their money back?
You know, in the 2.5 years, we have had 3 refunds.
Wow.
And not because we don't call people back or we ignore them or we fight. You know, we agreed that we never wanted anybody to waste their hard-earned money on stuff that didn't work like we did for years. And so if somebody says, look, you know, I tried this and it just didn't work, the first thing we do is try to figure out how. Because the application is the most important part about the bug juice.
Mm-hmm.
We're all used to the aerosols and creating a kind of a false bubble around us. But with these no-seams, coverage is key. If you miss a spot, they surely will find it.
Right.
So most of the time we talk to somebody and we say, hey, you know, show us how you put it on. They put it on, they rub it in completely. So there's your problem. Take it home, try it again for me. Call us tonight and let us know. And they'll call. Holy cow, not one bite.
Wow.
A couple people don't like, you know, the oiliness. And you can tell right away when somebody just can't quit fidgeting with their fingers. And people ask us all the time, they say, hey, is it oily? And I always say, only if you touch it.
Right.
You know, I know that's goofy, but once you spray it on, you even it out, it's there, you forget about it, you don't even know it's there.
Yeah.
You're bug-free, you're bug-bite-free at the end of the day. And, man.
It's, and you know, you touched on a couple things, but one thing you said is you've always been in sales, or you have a sales background, and sales is just like identifying a problem and providing a solution. So obviously you've done a good job, and maybe that fed into your like problem solving. It's like, here's a problem and there's no good solution, let's be the ones to find a good solution.
Yeah.
And so is a large everybody in Florida goes outside and deals with bugs, but beachgoers and then people that spend time on the water, fishing and stuff, are those your biggest? Is that your biggest demographic, like fishermen?
It is. We have a lot of fishing stores that carry our products. We have surf shops. Ohio Surf Shop is one of them here.
Nice.
The only one. Our favorite, you know, one of our favorite local owners. But just a lot of vacationers. A lot of vacationers that come here, they have no idea what a no-seam is. They've been eaten up, so they buy our no-seam bite recovery gel, and then they buy a bottle of bug juice while they're on vacation. We have a lot of customers that come into Vero Beach that go to the Disney Resort. There's a very, very bad no-seam issue right over there.
Yeah,
so at Disney. So we sell a ton to customers coming into the Disney Resort. But a lot of people that just want to be outside in Florida. Like I said, I always tell people, look, you know, you could go to Kansas if you want to stay home.
Right.
You know, nothing against Kansas. Kansas is great, you know, but why come all the way to Florida with the beautiful weather and the beautiful scenery and the ocean and the beaches and all the fishing and outdoor things to do and not enjoying because of a bug that you can't even see? Right.
Do you know, I don't know the solution here, but, you know, like, you know when you're like planning a trip to Florida and you're buying plane tickets and booking hotels, and then all of a sudden you're getting marketed for a bathing suit?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if I'm sure there's somebody who could figure out how to get like your pop-up ads in front of the people that are planning a trip to Disney or planning a trip to Florida or wherever.
Yeah, absolutely.
But all right, cool. I'm gonna let you get back to your job over at the stand, selling and doing your thing. But I really appreciate you telling us your story. I think it's an awesome story. And you know, if there's anything we missed, we'll catch back up and maybe have you sit down again. I find all of you vendors extremely interesting, but you know, it's always like it's a breath of fresh air to talk to somebody who's like taken a leap, bet on themselves, and like, you know, I mean, God, people don't do that enough. Right. You guys packed up and moved to Florida, and you know, and now you're here selling bottles of this stuff every single day. It's really cool. So
well, thank you.
Yeah. So we'll catch up, and I appreciate you telling your story.
Yeah, thanks for having us, man. We appreciate it, and man, check us out on thebugjuice.com.
Yep. And I'll I'll make some marketing stuff, and we'll do it together. We'll put it out together, and hopefully we'll stir up some. Hopefully people can find out about you guys, more people. So,
Absolutely.
all right, man.
Thank you, Bill. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Good stuff, man.
Hey, nice job, brother.
Thank you. I just try to keep it conversational.
Yeah, kind of unrehearsed, and I like that, man. Some podcasts, they're just so. We did one recently, and it was good.